What if I told you that somewhere in Nigeria, there's a rock with holes carved not by tools, but by a man's knees from praying so long that his bones literally pierced through solid stone? What if I told you that there's a mountain where a prophet shouted to God for water during an 18-day fast, and water gushed out of solid rock and is still flowing today? What if I told you that there's a stream that didn't exist until a prophet struck his staff into the ground and commanded the Jordan River to establish itself in Nigeria, and barren women still bathe there today and conceive? These aren't legends whispered in dark corners. These aren't myths embellished over generations. These are documented miracle sites where the supernatural collided with the natural, where prophets of old left physical evidence of divine encounters, and where desperate people still travel today expecting and receiving instant answers to prayer. From mountains where water springs, from rocks to sites where prophets battled demons and left geographical marks that testify to God's power, Yorubaland holds sacred locations that defy explanation and demand faith. Hey, we're counting down the top 10 legendary Yoruba miracle sites where people receive instant answers to prayers. Buckle up, because what you're about to discover will challenge everything you thought you knew about prayer, faith, and the supernatural. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Now let's dive in. Starting at number 10 is Ori Oke Erimo in Erimo, Ijesha, Osun State, a mountain with mysterious healing waters and divine images. Located in a town with 5 spiritual mountains discovered by divine direction, Ori Oke Erimo has a mysterious shore of water believed to possess healing powers. But what makes this mountain extraordinary are the divine images embedded in the rock, discovered by Prophet Abraham Ojo in 1998. In the mountain rock, visitors can see Jesus' image, Moses' staff rod, Noah's ark, and even the map of Nigeria and Africa, naturally formed in the stone. Prophet Ojo testified that while praying on the mountain, these images began revealing themselves without him searching for them. People spend days or months on this mountain seeking God's face. At number 9 is the Grave Prayer House Mausoleum in Efonalaye, Ekiti State, the final resting place of Apostle Joseph Ayo Babalola. Babalola died on July 26, 1959 at age 55 and was buried in Efonalaye, where he had conducted some of his most powerful revivals. What makes this site extraordinary is that decades after his death, people still receive miracles at his grave. Visitors place oil and water on the grave, pray over them, evoking God of Babalola, the God of 1930. Then take these consecrated items home. Testimonies of healing, deliverance from curses, and cessation of nightmares are reported consistently. Coming in at number 8 is Ikeji Arakeji, Osun State, the exact location where Apostle Babalola first heard God's call in October 1928. While working as a steam roller operator in Ilesha, Babalola heard a loud voice like thunder calling Joseph, 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 leave this job you are doing. If not, this year you are going to be cut off from the earth. This spot became sacred ground. A CAC retreat center was built here, and the site now houses Joseph Ayo Babalola University, established as a memorial. People come to this mountain believing that the same divine presence that commissioned Babalola still rests on this ground. Number 7 is Mercyland at Ikare Akoko, Ondo State, site of one of the most documented miracles in Nigerian church history. Before Moses Orimolade's death in 1933, he instructed followers to exhume his body 40 years later and return him to his hometown. he was reburied at this site, now called Mercy Land. A holy Bible, candles, and crucifix are placed by the tomb. At the entrance are kegs of water that people pray over. There's a well at the site blessed by Orimolade, believed efficacious in healing all diseases. The site has become a pilgrimage destination drawing people from around the world. Since 1975, this miracle of preservation has placed Ikare on the world map as people seeking miracles visit daily. Taking number 6 is Ori Oke Baba Abiye in Ede, Osun State, the mountain where a prophet conquered a python and a demon queen. Established in 1944 by Prophet Samson Oladeji Akande. This mountain carries an extraordinary foundation story. Prophet Akande was a former Islamic scholar struck with blindness just 15 days before his wedding. After an encounter with Apostle Babalola at Ori Oke Ikoyi healed his blindness, he converted to Christianity. But he faced another tragedy. Repeated stillbirths earned him the mocking name Baba Abiku, meaning father of stillborn children. When God finally gave him a surviving child, his name changed to Baba Abiye, meaning father of the surviving child. The mountain's establishment was a spiritual battle. In 1944, Twambe crossed the Osun River, where he encountered python. Through prayer, he conquered the python. For 80 years now, Ori Oke Baba Abiye has been a place of divine encounters. The mountain operates under Prophet Timothy Fonso Akande, the founder's son. At number 5 is Imeko, the holy city of the Celestial Church of Christ in Ogun State, where the founder, Papa Samuel Bilewu Joseph Oshofa, is buried. Born October 11, 1909, in Porto Novo, Benin, Oshofa founded the Celestial Church after a divine encounter in 1947 when an angel instructed him during 3 months he spent lost in the forest. His ministry was marked by documented miracles, including raising 2 people from the dead. Papa Oshofa died on September 10, 1985 and was buried on October 10, 1985 at Celestial City with great ceremony. Annually in December, millions of Celestial Church members from Nigeria, West Africa, London, and the United States make pilgrimage to Imeko for the annual convocation, a spiritual injunction given by Papa Oshofa himself. The site includes Oshofa's preserved clothes displayed as sacred heritage. Imeko has become exactly what he prophesied, a holy pilgrimage center where the faithful believe Papa Oshofa's spiritual authority still operates, and people report miracles, healings, and answered prayers. Coming in at number 4 is the Orimolade Jordan River stream in the valley of Ijoko, Ogun State. The story behind this stream is remarkable. A barren woman approached Moses Orimolade having lost hope of ever having a child. Soothsayers and herbalists told her she would never give birth. Orimolade walked down the valley of Ijoko, prayed to God, struck his staff into the ground, and commanded that the Jordan River in Israel establish itself in Ijoko because of the woman. Water gushed forth. The woman bathed in it and bore a child. The stream is still there today, named after the Jordan River, still flowing, and many have testified to receiving breakthroughs after bathing. Taking the bronze medal at number 3 is the Ido Ajinarere Mountain in Ido Ile town of Ekiti West local government. The mountain where water gushed from rock and is still flowing today. This mountain was originally a forbidden forest inhabited by evil spirits and dangerous animals when Apostle Babalola received divine direction to go there in the 1940s. The mountain has 3 separate hills, the first for general prayer, the second strictly for women, and the third was Babalola's powerhouse. To reach the summit requires climbing approximately 720 steps. Fasting for 18 days on this mountain, Babalola became extremely thirsty but lacked the strength to descend to fetch water. In desperation, he shouted to God, "Oh Lord, there is water in the rock." Immediately, water gushed out of the solid rock. Babalola drank and bathed with it. Decades after his death, water still flows from that rock. Visitors can go today and see water flowing from a rock on top of a mountain, defying every geological explanation. At number 2 is the Ojokoro empty tomb in Lagos, the original burial site of Moses Orimolade, founder of the Cherubim and Seraphim Church, who died on October 19, 1933, at Ojokoro, where the first Aladura Church was established. Today, a giant statue of the founder stands on top of an empty grave because his body was exhumed in 1975. Before Moses Orimolade's death in 1933, he instructed followers to exhume his body 40 years later and return him to his hometown. On October 19, 1975, accompanied by high-life musician Ikeji Arakeji, his body was exhumed. Witnesses reported something that defies natural law. After 42 years in the grave, his body remained fresh and intact, undecayed, and his burial clothes were still white as snow. The site continues to be a power station where people receive instant answers to prayers, believing that Orimolade's decades of ministry at Ojokoro consecrated the ground permanently. And finally, at number 1, the most physically impossible testimony in Nigerian Christian history, the Mountain of Mercy in Ori Oke, Ekiti State. On top of this mountain rock, there is a spot where Babalola knelt to pray. His knees literally pierced through the hard rock from long hours of kneeling in intercession, leaving giant holes in solid stone. Those holes remain there to this day. You can visit the mountain and see with your own eyes the physical evidence of a man who prayed so intensely, so persistently, that his bones carved permanent indentations into rock. This isn't exaggeration. These are actual holes in actual rock caused by actual human knees. The mountain operates as a full-fledged church with prayer services conducted thrice daily. Thousands visit weekly and monthly. Many celebrities and men of God have testimonies from the mountain. The site stands as the ultimate proof that prayer is not just spiritual activity but has physical power. That sustained intercession can literally reshape the material world, and that Babalola's prayer life was so intense it left permanent geological evidence. And there you have it. Top 10 legendary Yoruba miracle sites where people receive instant answers to prayers. Which site shocked you most? Have you visited any of these miracle locations? What's your testimony? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this opened your eyes to the depth of Yoruba Christian heritage and living miracles, please like, share, and subscribe to Top 10 Yoruba. Until next time, remember, you come from a people whose prayers were so powerful they left physical evidence in rocks, whose faith was so strong that bodies defied decomposition, and whose covenant with God created streams that still flow and mountains that still answer. The same God who moved through these prophets is still moving today.